Hello guys, I have another video for you today. As you can see, I have acquired a new tier 10 tank, the Russian tank destroyer Object 263. It's a pretty sleek looking vehicle. I've had it, I think this is my second day with it, so I haven't had it for very long. It's a difficult tank to play too. So, that being said, for that reason and the reason that I haven't had it long, if I make mistakes with it, just understand that that is why. And I'm actually going to go ahead and respec my crew right now, because I haven't had a chance to do that since I got it. And this crew's jumped around from tank to tank a couple of times. It used to actually be a medium tank crew. So, you know, if you see that I had some skills on there that didn't quite make sense for this tank, that's why. So I'm going to start off by getting 6 cents on the commander. That's an obvious one. Let's see, I've got 2 full skills on these guys, so I'll go ahead and fill up those 2 with camouflage and BIA, I think. Yeah, I'll start with BIA, I guess. Doesn't matter too much, but BIA and camouflage, yes. Camouflage. Let's see. No turret, so I don't need that. It's either between armor and repairs. I think I'm probably gonna go for repairs, because my gun doesn't get knocked out that often. So again, BIA, camouflage. This one I'm either going to do clutch braking or off-road driving, and I think I'm going to lean towards off-road. Clutch braking would be nice, but this thing's mobile enough as is, so I think the better terrain resistance would come in handy more often. And I like safe stowage on this, but camo's better, so I'm going to go repairs, and once I get this 3rd skill at full, I'll revert back to safe stowage for that one. Okay, nice, I got BIA up now. I'm not sure if it stacks for 2 loaders. I know that if one loader gets killed during the battle, the other one will, you know, take its place so you don't lose it, but I'm not sure if they stack. I don't think they do if you have 2. Alright, so I got my crew respect, and we'll go ahead and get started into a game. And just a quick note, I don't currently have my 2 audio mods, Gnome Feathers audio mods on. I've temporarily taken them off to troubleshoot some lag issues I've been getting. I have a feeling most of the lag I've been getting is from the server in terms of packet loss and such. I've had it since the patch dropped, but I took off the audio mods just in case. So Prokhorovka, and I've got a really bad team. So I'm going to go camp on the 1 and 2 line, I think. One saving grace is that the other team doesn't have very many TDs. And our only light tank is either a bot or he's AFK. Speaking of bots, another thing I'm thinking or considering adding to my mod pack is a bot detector program. I can't remember who made it, but I'm thinking about adding it just so, you know, if there's a bot on the approved bot list that some reputable people have compiled, then it'll be easy to tell who the bots are. Oh, wow, that was a sloppy shot. I'm not lit yet though. I think I will be soon. There's another tree down to his left. There's another one that just went down. Of course, 0 damage into his track. But he's still there though. Oh, he is, but I missed him. So I'm lit, but I'm not going to worry too much about getting hit at this point. Wow, and they're just auto-pinning me, even though I should be able to bounce all of that. Wow, straight through my mantlet, really? Unbelievable. And of course, we have 2 heavies over here just camping behind the TDs. I'm not sure if he actually listened to me or he just happened to fall on the W key on his keyboard. Never know with these people, but looks like our light tank's back. Did he just track himself? I can't tell. He stopped there for no apparent reason. Nice. Barely got a shot in on that guy, but it's good that it connected. Very helpful. Shit, shot out of me now. It's everything. The Centurion is just auto-pinning on the move, even fucking hitting my lower front plate. Unbelievable. Can't get luckier than this. Again, I'm not even lit now and there's people pinning my fucking bottom plate. It's the problem with this tank, the lower front plate is way too big a target for what this tank is. And I have been missing a lot of my shots, but part of that is server lag. Wow, I wonder what hit him for 600. There must be an E100 on their team in the back somewhere. Come on, light targets, dude. This guy just doesn't get it. Ready? Here we go. And back to the topic of lag, it's not lag in the traditional sense of high ping. As you can see, my ping's averaging at like 30 or 35, so it's not an issue of my connection. I'm getting packet loss, like micro stutter packet loss from the server. And on top of that, something's wrong with the netcode from this patch that just makes the game feel unresponsive and laggy, just in general. And I don't know what the cause of it is, other than to say that something's wrong with the patch. So I hope they fix it. Because it makes it really difficult to play. And not everybody is getting it from what I can tell. I think what's more likely is that people are getting it, but they just don't notice it. It's kind of the same thing if you talk about screen frequency in terms of hertz. The average human eye can only differentiate a difference 60 hertz and below. But there are some people like myself who can, differentiate even higher than that. Like I can fairly confidently tell up to about 80 hertz in most games. I do tend to notice a lot more of the stuttering and lag than most people I talk to, though. So it really, it's just extra annoying for me. But I'm by no means I'm the only one who's noticed the lag. You can go on the World of Tanks forums and find thread after thread about it. And Wargaming, in typical Wargaming fashion, I don't think has even addressed the problem. They've claimed that they had lag on the EU servers and maybe the Russian servers, but nothing about the North American server. Yeah, see my ping's 20 right now. It's not on my end. It's not an ISP issue on my end. It's either bad netcode in the patch, or they might have fucked up their routing in Europe to their servers. Right. So 4 missed me. I have a little bit of time to shoot again. I'm gonna back up here and go back to the middle at like E6, because that Sigma 4 would just tear me apart if I stay there. And I don't have any good shots on him. And I have time. That's the key thing, I have time to move. And this thing can certainly move. As you can see, I'm going near 50 right now on flat ground. On moderately soft terrain too, which is pretty good for TD. Is the Tiger 2 really at full health? Yes, he certainly is. I'm not even gonna move, because I think right now my lower front is unhidden from him. That's the thing you have to do with this tank, is you almost all the time have to hide that lower front plate. People seem to hit it all the time. Like, even if they're not aiming at it, I find that luck usually is not working with me when I drive this tank. Another thing I'm not quite sure about with this tank is why it's open-topped. As you can see, if you depress as low as you possibly can, if you closed up the top, it would not, the gun would still fit inside. So I don't really understand why they made it an open top tank. And I mean, if they used an argument like and able to make sure it's balanced, um, I'm willing to guess that this tank doesn't perform as well as most other TDs on average at the same tier. So I really don't understand why it's open topped. It takes too much damage from artillery. They should either close up the top and make it, closed top tank, like every other TD at this tier, or they should make the bottom front plate harder to hit. One of those two things, and this tank would be competitive enough, I think, at its tier. But right now, it's not, unfortunately. You'll see it used occasionally in Clan Wars, but only for like a situational strategy, not because it's a particularly good TD. And that's not to say I dislike it. I'm starting to like it more and more as I play it, but it could use a buff, certainly. So, not a bad game. As you can see here, I got 5 penetrating hits on me, most of those at 300 meters and out. So, this is run-of-the-mill typical game results for me in this tank, I feel. It just gets pinned too often, especially on that lower front plate. It's too easy to hit it. Other than that, pretty straightforward game. This team wasn't too bad, so can't complain there. As always, any questions or comments you want to leave below are much appreciated, especially if they have to do with this tank in particular. I'm eager to hear anyone's thoughts on this tank, whether they think it's competitive or an acceptable tank at tier 10 or not. Again, I'm brand new to it, so I'm pretty ignorant on it. So anybody who has any input on the tank itself or how I can improve with it, I'm all ears. And thank you for watching.